Hello and welcome back to the module 3. Here's the thing. I have my application and I have the speech synthesizer, and as you can see from here, this is just another object. We created an object, we initialize here, and we use it. And that object does something for us. So here we pass a string to that object, and that object make it so it is readable, and it reads the string. Our application doesn't know anything about that object. I mean, that our application does not do that. It does not read the text. It just asks another object, and this is fine. This is what you get. But the problem is, at some point, I want to do something that that object does, or I want to know something that that object knows. And one of the most obvious things in our example is I want in my application to do something when the speech synthesizer stops, when it's done speaking. And it sounds like a trivial task, but it's not. I don't know how to make it. I can check if it stopped speaking or if it's speaking or not. So I can just make a timer and check every second. Are you done speaking? And it will answer no. And then, are you done speaking? No. Are you done speaking? Yes. Now I kind of know that it's done speaking, but I spend a lot of resources doing it. This was kind of stupid. The idea of delegation is for scenarios like this. I want the speech synthesizer to give me the ability to do something when speech synthesizer, in this example, stops speaking. So I want speech synthesizer to delegate an action to me, to my application, so that I can do and I can understand when it's done. I can do something on behalf of speech synthesizer, and the speech synthesizer delegates something to me. So this is kind of foggy, so let's just see it in example. I want to do exactly what I said. I want to understand, I want to get and do something when the speech synthesizer stopped speaking. So first thing to do is I have to make my application compatible with the delegate. I want to make my application to be able to adopt those methods that make it a delegate of speech synthesizer. So here in my header file, I am creating my class. I first of all need to specify the protocol I'm trying to adopt. And this protocol would be the delegate of NS speech synthesizer. In other words, I am saying my class that I created in this example will be the same and will be compatible with the delegate of speech synthesizer, so that I can be called a delegate. To do that, I'll just add NS speech synthesizer delegate here. So now I said my application should be a delegate, but this is not enough, of course. I need to implement some things to become a proper delegate, to adopt this protocol in full. First thing I need to do, though, is here, when in our initialization code, so this is something that runs when your application starts, I want to set the delegate to myself. So I will make the speech synth set delegate to self. So what I'm doing here is I created from my application this speech synthesizer, and now I'm saying your delegate is me. I am your delegate, and I will do something on your behalf. In this example, I will override your function and I will get to know when you're done speaking. Okay. So now I want to actually do that, and let's remove the assistant editor for now. There is a method in speech synthesizer called did finish speaking, and it will tell us if the synthesizer finished speaking or not. I'll make it like this. Speech synthesizer and a speech synthesizer sender. We can have an autocomplete because Xcode knows that we're adopting this protocol. Finished speaking. And this is basically the place, the code that is going to run when the synthesizer finished speaking. And let's say I want to empty my text field when I finish speaking because, well, we said that and we want the text field to be empty. So I make the text field set string value to just empty string. So I said to my application, create a speech synthesizer, and I said to the speech synthesizer, make me your delegate, and then I had this method. When speech synthesizer finished speaking, it's not going to do something on its own, it's going to ask me to do it because I'm its delegate. When I say I mean my application, of course. So let's run and see what happens. Hello and goodbye, world.
Hello and goodbye, world.
And you see when it finished speaking, the text field became empty. So it works. I hope you understand this is not just something simple that we made this disappear. We made our application to do something on behalf of another object. And this is a really powerful thing because instead of doing something complicated, we already have this action somewhere else. We have this in the speech synthesizer. And instead of doing complicated connections, we just said, well, I'm going to react on that. I'm going to work on your behalf, on behalf of that object. So in the next module, let's add few things to our application and see more examples of delegation.